Hello.
Hey guys, country boy. Oh, I love when I see like child Vine stars come up on my TikTok For You page. I'm like, you don't even know what you did for me back then.
Honestly,
you don't even know.
Hurricane Katrina, come on.
Hurricane Tortilla.
Yeah. Just revamped my entire existence.
Seriously, I feel like the old head when I'm like, oh, this Vine. You don't even know.
What do y'all know about this? Exactly.
What do y'all know about our Instagram? Make sure you follow the latest BS. Make sure you follow the latest BS to get any update about when we're posting. We're trying to do once a week now, every Wednesdays when we record. So hopefully we'll be posting by like Thursday and Friday just to give you an idea. But that is the best place to get the info.
Absolutely.
Brittany and I got a DM asking if we had ever done the Myers-Briggs test, the personality test, I believe it is basically. So we just took it. Like, results are fresh and the results are in. Do you want to go first?
Fresh in the noggin. Okay, so apparently everything that I've been reading so far is scary. Like, it's pretty scary because it's true. But my personality type is an entertainer, an ESFP-T personality. And that basically means that apparently I live with passion. I have a spontaneous spirit, and my percentages or whatever. So I am 58% extroverted versus introverted. I'm 76% observant. So I'm more observant than I am intuitive. I'm 83% feeling versus thinking. 57% prospecting versus judging, and then 76% turbulent versus assertive.
I feel like you're not, like, do you think you're spontaneous?
No.
That's what I was thinking. Like, you're very, things have to be planned out.
Pretty much. Well, it depends. Okay, so I've seen a couple videos online where people are like, like, let's just go with the flow. And then the other person's like, what time does the flow start? Like, I am one of those people that can definitely go with the flow. Like, I can definitely kind of, as long as I know, like, when we're starting, kind of like, hey, let's meet at this coffee shop at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then after that, we can get the flow started. Then I'm like, okay, cool. I can get in the mindset of like, awesome. We're going with the flow. But if it's one of those things where it's like, oh, yeah, like we can just kind of do whatever and just like see where the day takes us. I'm like, I need to know details. Like, what are the vibes? What are this? What are that?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I disagree with, is that I'm not super spontaneous.
I don't know. I always feel like I judge spontaneity by like, will you book a trip like spontaneously? Because
No.
I think that's right. I feel like that's where people are like, but like, would you just, if your friend said, hey, I have a ticket to Florida in like 2 days, we'll be there for the weekend, what's good? Like, can you make it? I'm always gonna be like, yes. Like, I'll move earth, wind, and fire to like make that work because I love to travel.
For sure.
So, but I do understand what you're saying with like needing a loose like timeline or like some sort of list, on like a day-to-day spontaneous thing.
Exactly. You get me.
I got you, girl. Okay, I'm a ISFJ-T. I don't know what the dash bit means, but I'm a defender. I'm 61% introverted, 73% observant, 74% feeling over facts. Like, I definitely think I like go by my heart, and I know that for sure. 82% judging. I don't know what the judging. You're likely organized, decisive, and thorough, valuing structure and planning over spontaneity. Slay. 72% turbulent, self-conscious, sensitive to stress, success-driven, eager to improve. I don't know.
I guess.
The defender thing is so me, though. Like, it says I'm dedicated and warm protector, always ready to defend their loved ones. These unassuming types are efficient and responsible, always opting for practicality. I get that. But I definitely go by emotion. Like, I always worry about like how I make people feel. I
Yep.
never want to like upset someone. I never want to make someone feel embarrassed. I hate feeling embarrassed, so
Me
I
too.
never want to make someone feel that way.
Yep.
Like, someone could tell me the same story 10 times and I'll pretend like I heard it for the first time, because I never want to be like, oh, you already told me that. Or like, I don't know. Like, when I went to that place, I really didn't have a good time. And I'm just going to, oh, you had a great time. I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
wow.
Wow,
Like,
great.
I'm never going to rain on someone's parade. You know,
For
I'm
sure.
always just going to like try to make people feel good.
Absolutely. I
So,
found a strengths and weaknesses tab. So apparently I'm bold, original, and I have excellent people skills.
you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. With my career, I kind of have to be. And my weaknesses, I'm laughing because it's true. I'm sensitive. I completely avoid conflict, and I'm easily bored and unfocused.
Wait.
So it feels like, I mean, like you, right?
Because I know you. I'm like, okay, check, and check.
Yes, absolutely. For sure. And poor, and apparently, oh, I missed this one. I'm a poor long-term planner.
Long-term planner. What does that mean? What else does it say?
It says ESFP personalities rarely make detailed plans for the future. That's a lie. To them, things come as they come, and too often they don't bother with taking the time to lay out steps and consequences, believing that they could change at any moment.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that one.
okay.
I don't know if I agree with that one. I feel like I'm too anxious to not at least think about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not just like, it'll happen. It's like, what? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, my strengths are I'm supportive, reliable, observant, enthusiastic, hardworking, and good practical skills. Thanks.
Love.
Weaknesses, overly humble, taking things personally, repressing their feelings, reluctant to change. Oh my God. I feel really added on that one. Like,
Oop.
I'm so bad with change.
Really?
Too altruistic. I don't know what that word means. Your giving nature can leave you feeling vulnerable to being taken advantage of by others. It can be hard for you to rock the boat and stand up to someone who isn't pulling their own weight. That's
Okay.
I had to stand up to my dad the other day. Like, we had like a whole thing, and I was just like, it was one of those, like, there was an issue, and something happened. We were on the phone. I was like, I did not like how that turned out. So I sent him like a long text message being like, this is how I feel. And then we kind of played phone tag for like 3 days, and I had such anxiety. Like, I just wanted to get the call over with.
For sure.
Like, I wanted all of my feelings just to be out there and to be said. And I was like, in my mind, I was thinking about the situation for 3 days, basically, you know,
Right.
like even more, getting deeper into it, getting more upset. And I just like kind of wanted it to, I don't know. But then I was also nervous about rocking the boat. Like, it's just, gosh, I'm too complex. Anyways.
You don't want to tip it over.
No, I don't. But like, I also am okay with confronting people, but I think it's when it's someone is definitely in the wrong and maybe they've hurt someone and like it's in defense of someone, I'm always going to be like, you got me really screwed up on that.
Right. If I could avoid all conflict, I would. Literally any and all conflict. Like it could. I have a hard time setting boundaries and just kind of like, I don't want to say sticking up for myself, but just kind of, I guess, speaking up. And like, I have a really hard time with being like, hey, that kind of hurt when you said that. Or, you know, hey, I don't like when you did this. Because I know that if the roles were reversed and they came at me like that, I would immediately have a panic attack. Because I'm like, I hurt you? Like that, like, you know, because I would immediately go into defense mode, being like, and I would want to over explain myself as to why I said the things that I said and I did the things that I did. And sometimes I just have to learn to just like shut up and like listen to the other person and be like, you know, okay, that makes sense. And, you know, just apologize and having to have those, you know, difficult conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This was a good test.
Right?
I don't know. it was almost, I told Brittany while we were taking it together, I was like, oh, this is hard. Because it was like making me think so much. I mean, obviously there's no right or wrong answer, but I'm like, am I emotional? Like, do I come at things facts versus emotion? Like, do
Right.
I enjoy talking about philosophy and diving deeper into theories? And I was like, okay, do they mean like a TikTok like
Right.
controversy? Like, 'cause I
Right.
love to dive deep into those. But like Aristotle, probably not.
Probably not. Like, why do humans exist? I don't, nah, nah.
That's too much.
I'm good. Hard pass. But it's fine.
Well, highly recommend if you never figured out what your Myers-Briggs personality rating is, go and take it. It was a free test and it didn't even make us enter our email to get our results.
Which is so great. That's so
Seriously.
great. There's nothing worse than it's like you're basically done with the entire process and they say, all right, now enter your email address. I'm like, that is almost the same as when you're pumping gas or when you go to pump gas and it says, please see cashier. That's what it reminds me of. Cause I'm just like, I'm good. Slam the laptop closed, get in the car, drive off. Like, I'm not doing this.
I love to unsubscribe from an email. Like the millisecond that I see something come to my inbox and it has nothing to do with me, I'm like, report as spam, unsubscribe.
Yep.
Like there's I don't know how y'all got my email, but it wasn't truthful and it wasn't honest because I did not sign up. So y'all are getting reported.
I'm notorious for sign up for text for 25% off. I will sign up as soon as I get that package. Stop and subscribe. Like
100%.
immediately. Absolutely.
Yeah, if there's a discount, I would probably give them my social security number. If we're being honest.
Valid.
Oh my god.
So
I remember
valid.
there was something on TikTok that was going around like a couple years ago where Google was coming out with their own payment app, like probably Google Pay is what it's called.
Okay.
Anyways, if you signed up, like you get $25 or you get $50 and then your friend gets $50 and you can do it up to
Oh.
like 5 times. So people on TikTok were like, "Hey, this new thing, like everyone go sign up, you can get like $250 or whatever it is." And so I signed up. This is one of the things that keeps me up at night. I think that too many people were signing up, and so they started asking more questions. And they were like, "We need a picture of your driver's license. We need a picture of your social security card." Like, oh, I did it.
Babe. Not the social security card.
Did I get my $50? Absolutely not.
No.
It didn't go through. They were like, "Okay, now we have to like." Now we need to like confirm and like we'll get back to you when like your account is verified or whatever. I was like, oh god. I was like, for at least a week after that, like it was weighing heavy on me. I'm like, yeah, I know, but now I can't even.
That's okay.
Let me know if anyone remembers that because it was all over my feed, and I was like, okay, that's a free $250,
Like 250? Like let's do it.
no questions.
Right?
Yeah, sure did. Sent him a pic and everything.
You might as well.
Oh, y'all want a selfie? What else do you guys need? My family tree? Like, I'm...
Y'all want me to verify my identity?
Like, my mom's listening to this. So disappointed. I know she is.
Jeez.
For $50.
For $50, dude. That's crazy.
I did it.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Too much.
Apparently give them your social security card.
Yeah, I know. I don't... ill. I'm ill.
Oof.
What was the story that you were like, oh my gosh, I gotta tell that that you wrote down?
Oh my goodness. I can't remember what like prompted that. Oh, because Sophia and I, okay, so one of the questions on the Myers-Briggs test was, something about writing in like fiction or something. And Sophia said, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine writing a book. And it made me laugh because back in like 2021, we're going to play a game. Guess the number. Back in 2021, I got an email from somebody basically saying that they were like, hey, because I posted super embarrassing. It's literally still up on my YouTube, but I posted a video just kind of like opening up about my experience as of being a sibling of somebody who has a disability. And, you know, of course I cried, but it's fine. And the most humbling experience was when I was on the Today Show and they played a clip of me crying. That was great. That was great. Yeah. Like during the segment, they like played a little clip because they had like a whole, they had like a whole montage to kind of like start the segment of basically like, who are these two people and why are they here? Yeah. And part of that was they played a little clip of me crying from my YouTube video. So that was embarrassing, but because I will never forget, I was sitting there next to Ryan and we're sitting in front of the I'm literally blanking on their names, but
Hoda and Jenna.
Yes, thank you. God, I don't know why I wanted to say Coda. That's not right. So I was sitting in front of both of them, and as they were playing the clip, like they you can't hear, but we were all talking while they were playing the clip, and they're just like, hey, like, are y'all nervous? Like, are you doing okay? Like, you know, checking in on Ryan, which is super cool. And when they played the clip of me crying, I went, oh my God, how embarrassing. Immediately they were like, no, it's precious. Like you opened up. And I was like, yeah, but like a lot of people watch this. Like YouTube is just like YouTube, but like, yeah, this is the Today Show. Like, hello. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I guess it was after that I got an email from this person, and they were like, hey, you know, we watched your YouTube video. We were super touched with, like, you know, your story. And they said, would you be open to writing a book? And I was like, honestly, because like at first I don't know if it was just like my blind enthusiasm or just like a different part of my brain being like, do it. I was like, I mean, I'm open to like scheduling a call and like talking, because it was like somebody from a publishing agency. And I was like, I said, sure, like I'm open to it, whatever.
Okay.
I can barely commit to leave the house, let alone write a freaking book. Anyway, so I did not talk about this often because of the fact that the number that she gave me was astronomical. Oh. And did I tell you about this already?
I think I remember you telling me about this when it happened.
Yeah, dude. I was talking to this woman on the phone. She was so nice. Like at one point her like daughter like popped in, because it was still like 2021, so like there was no in-person meetings, and plus I think she was in New York, so it wouldn't have been possible. But you know, we were talking or whatever, and she was saying that like she was like pitching me everything that she could imagine. She was like, because she wasn't a publisher, she was just like kind of like the middleman, and then they would pitch to publishing companies, and then the publisher would pick it up and then sell it, I guess. And she was saying it is an investment. It is an investment. And I was like, okay, because she's like, you have to take into consideration ghostwriters writing the book for you, and you know, and obviously you would have some say, but they would like inevitably do everything, and you know, the printing and the cover and the photos and blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay. And she was asking, she was like, do you monetize off of your TikTok? I said, I mean, like every once in a while. I was like, I have work full time, like whatever. And she was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I don't really do a lot of like monetization, I guess.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it full time. I was just like a fun hobby. And she goes, it's an investment. Do you just take a guess of the number
for the whole thing, to get a whole book published?
The whole thing, just to invest in it and hoping that somebody will pick it up, like, and hoping.
$2,000.
I think you're going to pass out. 30,000.
30,000.
$30,000. And that is for the design people to like do the cover, the ghostwriters, the printing, everything. She goes, it is an investment. And when she told me that number, I almost ended the call right then and there, being like, I don't know who you think I am, but like
I thought it was going to be cool. I live
in the suburbs of Virginia. Like, what makes you think that I can afford to drop $30,000 on a freaking book deal that's not even guaranteed? I was like, you know what? I'm good. Hard pass.
Yeah, no.
I basically just like when she told me that number, I was like, and she goes, but if you do decide to like write it yourself, then that kind of takes a little bit off and like blah 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 blah. And I was like, no.
That's just no. You would
Absolutely
really
not.
have to like want it bad, like
Yes.
to put that much money behind it. Like you would need to be, this is my wish. Thank
Yep.
you, God, that you came along to fulfill this dream come true. Like I've always wanted to write a book.
No.
No, I can't. I don't even think that I could finish a chapter. Like if I had to summarize my life, I could probably do it in about 2 chapters of a book. Like,
genuinely. Yes.
then what? I mean,
Right.
how do you even form other sentences?
Like it, the concept of it was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, because the way that she was talking, she was like, I can see this being a series. I can see this being like she said, I can see this being a series. I can see this turning into something really good and like blah, blah, blah. And at first I was like, whoa, like just completely overwhelmed. And then she was like, oh, but you have to basically pitch it. It was her job to pitch it to
Other
publishing companies to then pick it up and want to publish it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, so it's not even guaranteed that
No.
anyone's going to want to print it.
Exactly. Not even guaranteed.
No, thank you.
So I'm paying all of this money just for a slim chance. I'm like, dude, are you freaking kidding me?
Absolutely not. I honestly forgot you were on the Today Show. That's such a slay.
Me too. I completely forgot. I forget pretty often. It came up on my
wild.
memories recently, and I was like, ooh, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, because I worked at an NBC station, so the Today Show is through NBC, so I remember watching it in the TV station. I was like, oh my God,
that's
like,
cool.
I knew you were going to be on at like 10 a.m. or whatever it was after our morning shows. And
Yeah.
Love it.
Love that.
Love seeing you shine.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the writing book thing probably not going to happen.
Absolutely not. It's been a couple of years, and I highly doubt that she's listening, but if you are, I hope you're well. But hard pass.
No.
Cannot be made.
One thought that I had while Brittany and I were chit-chatting before the recording, I randomly got a really bad case of the hiccups. And so I was like, I need to get this over with right now before we start recording. So I Googled how to get rid of them quickly. And it gave me a list of bullet points. And the first one was breathe into a paper bag, parentheses, do not put it over your head. And then I got to thinking about how every time I hear or see a commercial about the newest, latest, and greatest drug, whatever anxiety medicine, blood pressure, whatever, they're always saying, if you are allergic to Strivelda, do not take Strivelda. I'm sorry. Who messed up that bad? What idiot messed up that bad that now
Honestly.
they are lawfully, they have to say, if you are allergic to blank, don't take blank.
Hello?
What? Like, do you by chance not know the definition of allergic? Maybe that's what it was. Like, maybe someone was actually able to say, I didn't know what allergic meant. And so I
Right.
took it and died. And from the dead, I'm suing you. Like,
Good Lord.
it's just, that's what I always think about. I'm like, who made them have to say that?
Honestly, and it's like side effects include, and in the video, in the commercial, everybody's like singing, dancing, getting coffee, eating ice cream, having a flash mob in the street, but in the background it's like symptoms include diarrhea, vomiting, dry mouth, and possibly death. It's like
Pulmonary embolism.
yes.
Paralysis from the neck down.
Like,
Uncontrollable vomiting. Like,
loss of hair. It's like what? It's like, sign me up, baby. Absolutely. Strivectin. That's so funny.
get me on it. Get me on it as soon as you can.
ASAP. That's so.
As absolutely as soon as you can.
I literally said Strivectin because I got a new serum.
Strivectin. Skincare.
There it is. I like happened to peep
Wait.
over and I was like, Strivectin, check.
Is that the vitamin C one?
I have no idea. It's the hydration multiplier.
Oh.
Hyaluronic acid.
Oh, okay.
Slay. Got
Cutie.
a little PI action.
PR.
Mm-hmm.
Love that for you.
Me too. It just randomly showed up on my doorstep. I said, okay, love that.
I I had no idea how many people are on the weight loss shots. Like,
Ozempic.
I recently was talking to someone that I know, and they were like, "Oh yeah, my mom is on them, and my grandmother's on them." I was like, "What?" I had no idea. Like, I never would have taken these people for like a trizepatide girly. Like, but it's like everywhere. Like, so many people are taking them,
Mm-hmm.
which like no, I don't know. I feel like it might be good because America is like we're always really high on the obesity chart, so like
Right.
maybe that'll help us out in the percentages if it even matters. But I was just shocked. I'm like, wow, I don't know. I can't, the side effects. Like I'm not on any regular day-to-day medicines, and
Me
I would
either.
like to keep it that way just because I'm simply nervous about like will it do something to me that I cannot take back.
Literally. Yup. Yes. Can confirm.
Do you take anxiety medication?
Nope.
No. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were on it.
I am on no sort of medication. The only medication that I've ever taken in my entire life is birth control.
Mm.
And that was back in college. Did I ever tell
Yeah.
you about that horror story?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. So
Wait, I have one too. So
love that. Ugh. Twins. So birth control. Love that. I had never, the only reason that I took birth control was because we're getting deep and kind of TMI ladies. My period was incredibly irregular. It was very irregular, to the point where I wouldn't have it for like 3 or 4 months at a time. And I was under a lot of, I was in college, so I was under a lot of stress. I was incredibly active. Like, my metabolism was really quick, whatever. So, but I would have no PMS symptoms, nothing. And then it would just like happen. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm not prepared. And I'm in the bathroom at college and I'm, hi, where's this feminine products at? You know what I mean? So it got to the point where I was like, I'm tired of not knowing when it's going to happen. I just want to know when it's going to happen, all that good stuff. Long story short, I ended up getting on it. And I didn't really ask a lot of questions to like my mom or the doctor. I was just kind of like, this is what my deal is. Like, I want to get on it. And my doctor was like, script, there you go, you're on it. I'm like, oh, slay. So I didn't know what questions to ask. So but Sophia, you know this about me, I'm incredibly forgetful. I forget a lot of things all the time. And I would set an alarm to take it, but even then I would turn my alarm off and forget to take it. So one day I had the genius decision of taking 5 pills at once.
how did that go?
It was terrible. It was truly awful. I was at work. I was working at Charlotte Russe at the time.
Oh hell yeah.
Even better, right? I was working at Charlotte Russe
Russ?
Vintage. I was working at Charlotte Russe, and I had the genius idea. It just popped into my head. I was like, I don't even remember if I've taken my birth control. And I popped that little baby I had it on the back of my phone case, popped it out of the back of my phone case, saw that I hadn't taken 5. I was like, oh, I think I could take all of them. And so I went pop, 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 whoop. And I genuinely felt like I was dying. Like,
What were your symptoms?
I probably blacked out, so I don't remember. I just know that I was like bent over in pain. I was nauseous. I was dizzy. Like, I remember calling my mom and telling her, and she was like, Brittany, you're not supposed to do that. I was like, I didn't know. I had no idea, because when you open the instruction manual, basically, or the directions and or warning side effects, it's basically a freaking bed sheet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and the print is that small. I'm like, what makes you think that I'm going to sit there with a magnifying glass and read all of that? I'm not doing it. So I said, oh, I could take all these. It'll be fine. After that, I stopped taking it because it was traumatizing.
Oh, it scarred you for
It
good?
totally scarred me. After that, I threw them away. I was like, I'm never doing that again. Quit cold turkey.
There you go.
Yup.
So I was in college. I think I started taking birth control in high school because I had a boyfriend. And I don't know how I convinced my mom to like let me do it, because I definitely could not tell her that I was having sex, like 100% no.
Right.
But yeah, I look back and I'm like, okay, baddie, like how did I convince her? Anyways, I got on it.
Okay, baddie.
And I was in a freshman or a sophomore in college at this point. I want to say freshman it was. And I was staying with my friend at Ole Miss, and she lived in one of the dorms that was like community bathrooms type of vibe. And I want to say it was called Crosby. It was old AF, like
Perfect.
tile, like yellow tile in the bathrooms, like
nice.
just super old community bathrooms.
Love that.
And I had missed 3 or 4 days of my birth control. So I thought, let me just catch up in one go. And I took 4 pills at a time.
Twins.
Yep.
Love that.
I have never felt so close to my death than I did
Yes.
at that point. I was throwing up. Well, at first I couldn't figure it out. Like I was like, why do I feel so bad? Like it took me a good like 6 or 7 hours to like figure out what was going on with me. But I was on my knees in that community bathroom over that toilet. Like
Oof.
I kept having to go in and out because I was so incredibly nauseous. My head was throbbing. I remember I was in my friend's room like, can we please just like turn off the lights? Like I just need water and darkness, please.
Yes.
And I think after like day 2, I got over it, but I was at Ole Miss, like that's a SEC school, like we were supposed to be out partying, hitting the town, like doing terrible things, and I was just laid up in the bed because of that stupid birth control. And I Googled it, and it's an overdose. Like you do technically overdose on birth control.
Perfect.
I was like, and I don't really remember much of it. I just remember like being so sick, but I know that I laid in bed for 2 days. I don't know what I did. I definitely didn't have my laptop with me. I was probably using an iPhone 3G. Like I was so down bad. It was ridiculous in a cinder block room in a dorm that it wasn't my home. I didn't have all my supplies. Like I wasn't having my friend go to the CVS. I was just suffering. Just simply suffering.
Yep. It was. So, ladies, if you're listening, because you can take
like 2.
You can take 2. So you can take like one the night before and then one the next morning, or like, you know, you can take 2 over the course of like once in the morning and once at night if you've like missed or something. But please don't take more than that. Do not learn the hard way. Don't learn from Miss Sophia and I. Do not. It was, truthfully, I was like on the phone with my mom driving home back to my dorm, and I was genuinely like, Mom, I think I'm dying. I was like, my appendix is burst. Like I feel like I'm going to pass out. I'm nauseous. And my mom's like, why would you do that? I'm like, girl, I didn't know.
Was it like almost immediate?
No, it was maybe like 20-30 minutes later. Because like I had you know, popped them all, and then I'm like walking around trying to freaking sell maxi skirts, and I'm like, I'm gonna like trying to sell maxi skirts and a crop top and 6-inch kitten heels, and I genuinely felt like I genuinely felt like I was dying. I was like, it honestly, I think I just started getting dizzy. I think that's what really happened first. Like I started seeing stars. My head was hurting, and then it like hit my stomach like a ton of bricks. And I just remember going to my boss and like gripping onto the countertop being like, I gotta go. I have got to go. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. Like I genuinely don't know. And then so I think I like got home, and I think I just immediately went to bed and did not get up for at least 24 hours. It was so bad.
It's almost like the worst hangover you could possibly ever imagine. Like your whole body feels ill. Your head is hurting. You're dizzy. You're nauseous. Like it was, oh my God, it was so bad.
Ooh, it's almost like when you have like the stomach virus and you can't throw up anymore. So it's just like that feeling of like being lethargic and just like, oh, it was truly like it traumatized me so bad that afterwards I took the pack and I went yeet, and I just threw it like straight up Kobe into the trash can. Like wow, the memories.
Enough. That was enough.
That was
I don't know if I don't know what happened to me in birth control. Like I think I probably just weaned off of it at some point because I don't take it anymore. But I'll never forget overdosing on it. I'll tell you that much.
That's crazy. Now that's another thing to check off my bingo card.
Yep.
I overdosed at some point. On what? Birth control. I don't want to talk
It was like a long time ago. I've come really far.
It was a dark time in my life.
Seriously, it was so bad. What did you do today?
I worked and and then I went to Walmart actually.
Oh.
And I bought bathing suits.
Oh.
Which is the bane of my existence, but I bought them because I'm going to Florida in August. So I needed.
Were they cute?
They were okay. They were like, well, when they first, I always regret, I like just thinking about it, because when Walmart got their bathing suits back in like February and they were already out, I was this close to going and buying some because they were all so cute. But because I was telling my mom about this earlier, I'm like, I have a love-hate relationship with people posting like Walmart finds or Target finds on TikTok or like Instagram or whatever, because then everybody and their mother sees it, and then everybody runs to Target and Walmart, and then they sell out and they buy everything. Bathing suits are so expensive, but you literally, a top is like $9.50 at Walmart and the bottoms are like $7.50.
Dang.
And they're good quality. Like I still have Walmart bathing suits from years ago that are still super bright neon colors. Like they're still fantastic quality. But I bought like 2 cut out one-piece bathing suits. And they are cute. I like the colors. I like the colors a lot. But I'm like I'm losing weight, so I'm like kind of in between sizes right now. And I bought one large and it's too small, but then I bought an extra large and it's too big. So I'm just kind of like in this awkward
yeah
thing. But
how are their like designs and like patterns and stuff? Like what's the trend, it seems like?
Neon floral.
Yeah.
Those are the two, and a lot of like chrome, iridescent. So it's a mixture of those. But I found a dress that is so freaking cute. It's this like really pretty baby blue, just like a super basic, almost like a little puff sleeve, but like nothing crazy. It was on clearance for $3.
Dang.
I know. I got the last large and I was like, add to cart. And at first it had a tag for $7, and then when I went boop, I looked at the thing and it said baby doll dress $3. I said, oh.
That's like they basically paid you to take it out of the store.
Exactly. Like I just paid the tax on it and called it a day.
Yeah.
At that point. So
love that for you.
I'll take it. What'd you do today?
That's so weird that we're like kind of in the same space, because I did something with bathing suits today as well.
Oh.
I ordered a new one from my favorite bikini brand, or like they have one piece too, but I ordered a bunch of bikinis from Strawberry Milk Mob.
Love.
It's a small business, like women owned. It's actually 3 sisters, and their thing is cute bikinis for cute prices. I'm pretty sure their tops are like 30 and their bottoms are 30. So you never pay like more than $60, which I'm okay with, considering they're like small batches, you know, kind of in-house designs. It's
True.
not like from Shein, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
But I have like 6 of their bikinis now. I started ordering them last year. So I did a TikTok of just trying on all of them, because I get a lot of comments still on a TikTok I posted last year wearing their bikinis, of girls being like, I'm trying to order, like, what size do you wear? Or I'm coming back, like, what size do you wear? Like from a year ago. So I just figured I would do like a full haul. And of course I posted it. Oh, it's not posting. Oh, completely under review, of course.
Perfect.
Yeah, so let's just check right now and see if it has posted, because it's been a couple of hours.
That is so frustrating.
It did, but it only has
good.
300 views in 1 hour.
Oh, so frustrating.
I fear it will be shadow banned forever.
It'll be a flop. That is so frustrating. Like when you post a video and it's harmless, and it's like under review, and you're like, because you post it at like, you know, because if you're if you post videos on the internet and you're a content creator, or you just like posting videos on the internet, you know times where you get the most views, traction, whatever. And so it's nothing is more frustrating than when you post it when you know it's going to get good traction, and then it goes under review, and you're like, but why is it under review?
It's infuriating.
It is so frustrating.
Or they let it post and then they only show it to 10 people.
Yep.
So, like, that's been happening a lot on my second account recently. And by showing it to 10 people, I mean, like, I have, like, 200K plus followers. I know what my numbers typically look like.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying, well, like, why does my video have 1 million views? Like, that's not typical for my numbers. But I know that within an hour, I should probably have more than 300 views.
Yes.
So I just know something is off. And it's definitely like they pick and choose which videos they do that to. And it can just be so discouraging because you're like, I sat there and I like worked on this thing. I edited it, like I made it, you know, I created it, and
right.
I'm putting it out harmlessly, hoping that everyone is able to see it. And then they choose not to let it be seen.
Awful.
It really grinds my gears, but I feel like it's so first world problems, and there's way bigger fish that we need to fry right now. But seriously, it is so upsetting. So
no, but yeah, you're entitled to be frustrated by that.
Yeah,
like which is because it in reality, like editing videos and like putting your own twist to stuff and whatever you do, like it takes a lot of work to do all of that. It takes hours sometimes to just edit one video.
Dude, my screen time is astronomical.
Right. So it's like, it's frustrating when you spend all of that time and you think it's going to do so good, and you're so proud of it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a great video. Like you're not doing it because you're like, oh yeah, this is going to get 1 million views easily. You're like, I worked hard on this. This is a great video. I feel good about it, and you want to show it to people. So you post it, and then you get 300 views, and you're like,
I just don't understand how they do it. Like, I don't understand how, because it's on my profile, but how do they choose to not let as many people see it? Like, what happens? Right. Like, what happens? I really need to understand.
Like, how does the algorithm work?
Right. I'm okay with average views. Like, just give me my average, you know? Like, we don't even need to hit 1 million, whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, I did that. I tried on those bikinis. I'm doing a giveaway with the athletic wear company that I work with. They launched a new collection. It's actually the one I showed you while I was at your place.
Ooh, nice.
Lots of pinks, lots of purples in this one. So typically when they launch a new collection, they let me do a giveaway, and I just like to post something to like say, hey, here's the giveaway. So I filmed I'm going to make a little reel basically.
Cute.
So I filmed that today. I haven't edited it yet. And then oh my gosh, I sent 2 things out at the post office. I'm not going to say what one of them was because I don't want this girl who's getting it to like put anything together, but she's getting a package. Anyways, the second one, I did another giveaway on my TikTok of like just a bunch of extra PR. I tagged the wrong person in the winners. I messaged the 3 girls on Instagram who won, and then when I tagged them in the comments to be like, hey, here are the winners, I tagged the wrong 3rd person. And so I got a DM, like I sent out the boxes, like shipped everything out, all good. And then 3 days ago, I got a message from this girl being like, hey, I got tagged that I won the giveaway. Like, do I need to message you? Or like, what?
No.
And I was like, oh my God, did I tag her? And I went back and I sure did. So I was like, please let me send you something because I feel so terrible. Like, I tagged you and this was like a big giveaway, and she probably was like so excited. And she was like, no, you don't have to. It was a mistake. I was like, no, I need to. Like, to sleep at night.
Right, to sleep tonight. Please, for my own anxiety, please just let me do it. Like,
yeah, so I sent her just like 4 or 5 products and like a little card just being like, take this as a token of my appreciation.
Sorry,
for, like,
babe,
not
love
hating
ya.
me.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
my
So
gosh.
I got those sent out.
Good.
And then I don't know this. I'm like, and afterwards I'm gonna like edit more. I just edit. I feel like I'm always editing stuff, which
Right.
I'm not complaining because I actually love it. It's just time consuming
Oh,
and
for
it never
sure.
feels like there's enough hours in the day, you know?
Yes, I say that literally all the time. Like there's just not enough hours in the day, truthfully.
I wanted to make the oh sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna like randomly mention the
Sure.
peanut butter sauce that you sent me, the peanut sauce.
Did you make it yet?
Well, I don't have fish sauce
Oh, go get
or
you some
hoisin
fish sauce,
sauce.
girl. Go get you some hoisin and fish sauce, babe. I'm telling you, it's so good.
I know it probably is.
It's
I'm just like,
so good.
I was just hoping that there weren't any like special ingredients, you know, like
All of it is special ingredients, pretty much. I had to go out of my way to buy all of those. But the cool thing is that like I know I have them and they last forever. So it's
so
like
true.
so now anytime that I want to make a Thai peanut sauce to dip spring rolls in, I could just whip some in the freaking fridge and it's so good. It's
I
so
know.
good.
I need to because I have all the stuff for spring rolls, but like no dips, and I have like some leftover soy sauce packets from the like I got takeout Chinese or something. They're so gross. Like when you taste the soy sauce packets that they provide
Yeah.
versus like Kikkoman soy sauce in like the green bottle that is
Yep.
the OG, the packet soy sauce tastes like water. There is
Yep.
nothing, no flavor to it,
No
nothing at all.
nutrients, nothing.
Nothing. So I like really wanted to make those, and because I went and looked for your recipe in the text last night, and I was like, dang it,
I don't have hoisin or fish sauce.
I don't even know, and I'm
Yeah,
so
you
lazy. Like, will I even go get it? That's the $1,000,000 question.
The thing is, though, it's like I sent you measurements. I didn't even measure. I just did it. I vibes. I got that recipe from somebody else.
Ooh.
So I just straight up vibes. I just measured with my heart and I added things, more things, less things, whatever. And it turned out great. So good. Big fan.
Yummy.
Do it. You need to do it.
I know. What are you having for dinner?
I had egg roll in a bowl, my leftovers over rice.
Ooh, I saw that video.
Yeah, I had my leftovers and I made it over some basmati rice.
Mm-hmm.
It was so tasty. And I added a little bit more soy sauce because I like a little salty taste. So it was so tasty. And then I was telling Sophia earlier that Crumble Cookies, they have one of their cookies is a cheesecake. And my favorite dessert of all time is a raspberry cheesecake. I love raspberry flavored things. And so when I saw that they had raspberry cheesecake, I like audibly went, I was like, they have it. I went because I was going to do it before we logged on. I went on the Crumble app. I've had the Crumble app for easily 2 years now. I've had it for a long time. I've only had Crumble once, forever and ever and ever and ever ago. But I download the app because I like to see what the flavors are, and then I just close the app out. Like I don't ever order the cookies. So
Yeah.
to this time I was like, I'm gonna actually physically go get them. I'm gonna try them. Like some of them look pretty good. Like whatever. $20 for 4 cookies. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you joking? And I don't even know if I'm going to like them. You know?
Were you gonna go pick them up or get them delivered?
Pick them up.
Oh, yeah. They're
$20
expensive.
just to pick them up. I was
know.
genuinely going to go get them. And I was like, y'all got me so messed up if you think that I'm going to pay $20 for 4 cookies that I don't even know if I'm going to like them.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I gotta do like 1 or 2 if I go. If I'm paying, I'm gonna get like 1 or 2. If someone
Yes.
else is paying, if Mr.
6.
Man is paying, we're gonna get like a 4 or 6 pack.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
no.
I'd rather just like splurge on like a good cup of ice cream or something.
I get that.
Like that good. I would rather do that any day of the week than freaking go. God. That like hurt my heart too because I really wanted to try it. And then I considered just getting the cheesecake, but then I was like, I feel like I need to experience.
No,
You know what I
should
mean?
you should get the cheesecake. Like you should do it. You
What
really
time is it?
should.
Oh, it's too late. They close at 10.
Oh, dang it.
Meh, I might get it tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, because they only have them for a week.
I
That's what always
know.
gets me is I'm like, okay, if I don't get it now, like, who knows when they're gonna have this flavor next?
Exactly. But I'm going out of town tomorrow. So
Oh,
I need to get it either in the morning or yeah, I'm going to have to get it in the morning.
where are you
Good
going?
morning. Here's a cheesecake.
Good morning.
I am going to the super morbid, so sorry, but it's not like super morbid, but it's just definitely not like a yay kind of thing. My mom, what she wanted for Mother's Day was to go visit my grandmother's grave.
I forgot you told me about this.
Yes, in Abingdon, Virginia. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to it just because of the food. Strictly just because of the food. Because the nicest restaurant is an Olive Garden. You know what I mean? And like, not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying that everything is fried and like smothered in gravy. And I'm like, I feel like I need to do like a cleanse or I need to have my stomach pumped when I come home because of the amount of freaking fried food that's down there. Like, I love visiting my family. I love being able to see everybody because we only see them once or twice a year. So I am excited to go see my family, but it's just the sense of like, I'm sorry, I don't want KFC. I
Is
don't.
and they don't really cook much.
Well, they do, but it's fried everything.
Mm.
Like fried chicken, green beans with bacon grease, and mashed
Mm.
potatoes and gravy. And oh, do you want breakfast biscuits and gravy? It's like, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
it just makes my stomach hurt thinking about it. And like all we eat is fast food when we go down there because that's literally all that they have.
Dang.
And like all the ma and pa like restaurants are southern cooking. Chicken fried steak. Like chicken fried chicken. You know what I mean? Like great day. Help.
Yeah, you
But
can't wait to like come back and eat your
I
groceries in your
yes,
fridge.
I like can't wait to come home and like eat a vegetable that's not smothered in something. You know what I mean? Like eat some kava or eat a salad. I feel like if I brought a kava to Abington, they would go into cardiac arrest. You know what I mean?
I had kava the other day and my bowl was $14.
It is pretty expensive. Yes. So worth it though.
Is it?
I think so.
It is good. Every time I eat it, I'm like, this is good.
Yep.
But what is going on with these prices? Can we just like what?
I'm telling you. Dude, I had Chipotle the other day and it was mid. It was
Yeah.
so mid. It was awful. Cause like I thought that I had gone at the best time. I was like, oh, absolutely. This is perfect. I pulled up, I walked in, I was eating a later lunch. I pulled up, I walked in. As soon as I walked up, she went, hold on one second. I said, please take your time. I'm chilling. And she turned around and brought over a fresh batch of chicken.
Mm.
Like, had just been chopped, steaming hot. I was like, perfect. And then my Chipotle order consists of a bowl with white rice, but only one scoop of white rice. I don't like a lot of rice. Um, no beans and chicken. And then I get extra mild, like pico. I love the pico. I'm like extra, 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 extra. I'm like, I want 2 heaping spoonfuls of pico. I like a tomato with every bite. And cheese, lettuce, sour cream, and guac. Pretty simple, pretty basic order. And as soon as I wasn't paying attention and I said, can I get extra mild? And I looked down and it was empty. So she was like, hold on one second. And I was like, fresh chicken and fresh
And
pico. I'm like, dude, I'm like, I don't know. I feel God in this Chipotle right now. Like, that's just, you know what I mean? So I literally like, and then I got to the car and I had gone to the grocery store and I bought a bag of lime tortilla chips because I was like, I'm not paying $2.75 for a bag of those stale freaking 6 stale potato chips. Like, I'm not, or like tortilla chips. I'm not doing it. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna pay for the jumbo bag of Tostitos hint of lime. So I did that and I got in the car and I was so excited to eat. And it had zero taste to it.
oh.
Zilch. Even the pico had no taste to it. I'm like, this is this was the most mid bowl I have ever had in my life. Like, it was like there was no seasoning. It's almost like,
Yeah.
where's the salt? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the chicken tasted kind of like, I don't want to say rubbery because that's dramatic, but like, it just didn't really taste like chicken. And I'm like, where is the substance? Where is the spice? Chipotle used to hit so hard in like 2017, 2018. It would hit so hard. My family would go like twice a week. Like
Dang.
that kind of thing. We loved Chipotle. It was so freaking good. It was my hyperfixation. And they have just recently like gone down the freaking drain.
So you had a couple experiences where it's mid?
Yes.
Really?
Awful. I don't know what it
Dang.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're doing. Couldn't tell you.
Not acceptable. I like I've seen the videos about people being like, just get a measuring cup, like for the rice, for the beans, stuff like that, because it depends on who you have serving you.
Yes.
Some people do one thing of rice and then like shimmy a little bit in there, and then they scoop the chicken, do it, and then do the second scoop, and then like put only half of the scoop in there and put the rest back in the bowl. I'm like, why are you doing this to me right now? Like,
Right.
will it cost you extra money to put the rest of the second scoop of chicken into my bowl? Like, come on. Like, I'm not going to tell anyone. Like, you can do that. So, I want them to get measuring cups, but I also don't, because sometimes they, like, load me up.
True.
And I'm so grateful. And then sometimes they don't.
I remember one time I was working at the country club at the time, and we had it, and I had a Chipotle. I had to pass by Chipotle to go home, and I was just craving it. I was craving it so badly. I was like, oh, a bowl sounds so good. So I put the order in through the app. So all I had to do was just go in and grab it. I was like, I'm not, because they closed at 10, and I was leaving. I was cutting it close, but I was like, I'm not going to be that person that walks in 5 minutes, 10 minutes before they close. Like, I don't even like to walk into a place an hour before they close. Like, I get anxious. So I remember putting it on the app to go pick it up, and I was like, okay, cool. So literally they can be cleaning up, putting stuff away, and I could just grab the bag and just dip out, right? I remember I pulled up, it was like 9:50, so I was sweating at this point. I go to open the door, locked. Locked. And I saw my bag on the pickup thing. I was visibly looking at the bag. And I tried the door on the right, and I was like, okay. Tried the door on the left. I was like, okay. Walked to the side door through the patio, tried that door, locked. And I was knocking on the door. I was almost like that one old person that comes like an hour before you open, and they're like trying to like grab onto the door, and they're banging on the door for you to open. But everybody was avoiding looking at me.
Oh, no.
They were heads down. Like, maybe if we just won't look at her, then she'll go away. And I was like, I paid like $12 for this freaking bowl with the $3 freaking guacamole. I'm getting that freaking bag. So I'm banging on the door at this point, and I'm yelling, "That's my bag." And finally, this girl just happens to look up, and I'm like frantically pointing, being like, "That's my bag." So finally, she comes out back from behind the counter, grabs the bag, unlocks the door, opens it enough just to hand it to me. And I was like, y'all aren't technically even closed yet. And I snatched it from her and left.
That's the thing, is like, it doesn't matter if it's 9:55. If they close at 10,
Like,
at 9:55, they're still open.
Exactly. Like, I am all for, again, you and I both, like, you worked at a little diner. It's like, so you understand the restaurant industry to a T, like to a certain degree. So do I. So it's like, nothing makes my blood boil more when it's 5 minutes to close and somebody wants to come in. Yes, that sucks. And you can even say, hey, like, just wanted to let you know we're like super close to closing. And some people will be cool about it. Some people won't be cool about it, whatever. But in reality, we are still open.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just the mere fact that I had to cause a scene for somebody to even look at me, to look in my direction. Like, you know the Vine of that lady that's like banging on the school bus? It's like, like, that's how I felt. I'm like, I was like, I cannot believe that I'm being this person right now, but give me my freaking bowl, dude.
And you already paid for it. Like,
Yes.
you're losing money at that point. That's rude.
If I were to just walk up to order and the doors are locked, I'd accept the L and leave.
Right.
I'd be like, I get it. I don't blame you. But it's just the fact that I could see it through the window. That's what made my blood boil.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. Now, I don't feel bad walking into a place late to do an order because one, I feel like it really depends on your personality. Like if you walk in there and you're like smiling and happy, like that's immediately going to make it better. If you
True.
walk in and you're already on some BS, like they're not going to be enjoying it. Also, it depends what you order. I'm not going to
True.
go in somewhere. For example, I'm always going to Jersey Mike's at like 8:45. They close at 9. I'm not going to go in there and order a hot sandwich that put on the grill and then get everything dirty again. Like I'm going to do a cold cut, make it easy for them, and it's always chill. But don't come in a place at 8:45 and then order something that requires them to do extra work, extra pans. Like I guess technically you can, but if you want to, just like be a little bit nicer, like don't do that. But
Exactly.
also again, they're still open, so for them to have locked the door at 9:50, like that's straight up rude.
It is rude. It's crazy. Like it just, ugh, God, frustrating. I got
Not
the bowl
okay.
though.
Hell yeah, you did. I would have been banging on that door too.
Literally, I was like a freaking scene out of a horror movie. I'm like banging on the door, waving my arms, being like, "Hello." Like I'm not trying to. I'm like, "That's my bag!" Like screaming through the freaking door. How embarrassing!
Like, don't make me act crazy because I will. But
It had to
don't
be.
make me.
It had to be done. I'm about to call the store, standing outside and being like, "That's my bag. Hello, hi,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
pick up for Brittany." Jeez.
And you had already paid for it. So for them to not give it to you is
Exactly.
just like they're going out of their way more so to ignore you than to just give you your bag and let you go away.
Exactly.
My gosh.
Terrible.
If we ran the world, like it would be perfect.
It would be such a better place. It would be sunshine and rainbows all the time, everywhere.
All the time. Oh my gosh. That just made me remember that it's an election year. Does that even seem real to you? I feel like
No.
every 4 years it goes by so fast.
So freaking quick. So fast.
I almost wish that like this election couldn't be talked about on social media. Like I feel like that would just make
Literally.
it so much better simply because there's so many young minds that are like taking in this stuff and drinking it up. All the like I was about to say the memes. I like the memes, but
Yes.
like just any information can be given to someone on a platter and they would accept it as facts. Like that's the issue, I feel like.
For sure.
So that makes me nervous. Like that makes me nervous about the election year, is just like seeing all the people fighting with each other in the comments and all the just the ridiculousness of it
I
all.
know. It's
The tomfoolery.
The tomfoolery. Do people have no couth? No, but I couldn't agree more. It's like I had kind of like a realization moment the other night and I was like, I don't know what to believe anymore. I genuinely don't know what to believe, because then I will form an opinion on something and then I see another video being like, if you think this, then it's been proved that it's wrong or it's a lie. I'm like,
Oh,
God, I just want a break. I just want a day. I just want the truth. I want truth. I want facts. I don't want speculation. I don't want conspiracy. I want the cold, hard truth written down on paper. And that's not possible.
it is so hard to find
Yes.
because everyone is emotional about it. That's
Yes.
especially with this upcoming election. Like there are going to be a lot of emotion based like opinions and stuff, more so than like cold hard facts. It's just
I
oh
cannot
god,
agree
it
more.
stresses me out. It stresses me out.
Me too. That's why I just kind of like let it ride, you know?
Yeah. It's just a lot.
It is
I
a
always,
lot.
my thing is like, I always want to think that the government has our best interests. Like, it's hard for me to believe certain things because I'm like, they wouldn't do that. Like, they all want us to be great. Like,
And then it's-
why
but-
would they want us to
Yeah, like
not
what? No,
succeed?
like there's no way. Come on.
Like,
I'm always rose-colored glasses.
Same. Yeah.
And until, same thing with like TikTok getting banned. Like until it gets banned, like I'm not thinking about it.
Same.
I'm just not. I mean, like until it's proven that it's actually going to happen, or it's proven that he did this thing or whatever, like I won't be able to accept it.
Me either. And I don't want to accept it. It's going to be, they're literally going to have to put out like if you have TikTok on your phone, you can get arrested. Then I'll be like, fine. And then I'll delete it. You know what I mean? It's like, I guess.
Yeah.
Fine. That's, yeah. But until then, out of sight, out of mind.
Period.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Out of sight, out of freaking mind.
Well, we hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We love talking to you.
Honestly.
It's so
Love
good.
it.
It's like such a, I love that it's like a FaceTime chit chat, and we hope you guys enjoy it as well. And just like our train of thoughts, because we really didn't have much planned for this episode, but it's so nice to be able to just like bounce from one thing to another, because I feel like this is how girls talk. Like this is how we roll.
We're just doing what we do, and we do it best.
No apologies. No regrets.
No regrets.
Okay, we love you guys so much. Our Instagram is linked below. Like we have our ats and all that kind of stuff, and all of our personal ats down in the description as well. Rate us 5 stars. Thank you.
If you feel so inclined.
We'd appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Good night and goodbye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.